Hi all and welcome back to our channel Nursery to Varsity. In this tutorial, we are going to study data structures. Defining data structure in R. What is data structure? A data structure is a way to store data such that data can be accessed and modified efficiently. Hence, data structure provides us the ease to access and modify the data. Number 2. It can be a variable, numeric array, character string, function, or it can be more general structure built from such components. Number 3. These are similar to objects. Now what are objects? Objects are nothing but the combination of data. And the data that you can have in the objects can be numeric array, character string, variables, or functions. And data structures are nowhere different to the objects. Number 4. Objects have certain mode. Now what are the modes? Modes are nothing but data types. So every object has certain mode. We have 5 different types of modes. Number 1. Integer. In our language, to differentiate integer from other numeric values with capital L as its suffix. So let's have a look on its practical implementation, how integers are defined in R. I have taken a variable name int where I wanted to define the integer variable or the data mode. I have assigned the value as 1L. Here capital L that is used as suffix. It helps us to recognize the data type that we are using is of integer data type. So we will run this statement. The one integer value has been assigned to my int variable. Now in order to know what is the data type of the particular variable element, we need to use the class function. So I'm using here the class function to know which data type I'm entering into my int variable. So I'm running the statement and I can see that the value I've entered into the int variable is of integer data type. So using the class function, we can classify the data type which we are entering into the variable, right? Now coming back to the slide. Second type of mode we have numeric type. So numeric mode can contain any numeric values. So let's have a look into its practical implementation. I'm using num variable wherein I am assigning the value as 2. And in order to check whether the value has been assigned to my num variable, I'm writing num over here and I'm running the statement. In order to check which class the element belongs to, I'm running the class function, and after running the statement I can see that the num element belongs to the numeric data type. It's very easy to check which class the element belongs to. Coming back to the slide, we have third element as the character mode. In character mode, we can enter either a single character variable or a character string. I'll be showing both of them, right? So I have taken char as my variable name wherein I am assigning the value hi, and when you assign a character value to a variable, it should be written in double inverted commas. Okay. Now I'm running the statement. I can see that hi value has been assigned to my char variable. In order to know which class it belongs to, so I'm running this class statement and I've written the variable name into the brackets and I'm running the statement, and I can see that my element hi belongs to the character class or the character data mode or the character data type. Right. Now I'll show you that we can also enter even a single character variable. I'm running the statement and I wanted to check the class for my char1, so I'll run my class function. I came to know that my char1 variable value belongs to the character data type. Right. Coming back to the types of mode, the next type of mode we have is complex type of mode. So complex value contains a real value plus the imaginary value. The imaginary value is represented by iota sign, that is the small letter I. So let's look into its practical implementation. So I wanted to add complex data type into my variable. So the complex value contains a real number that we have and an imaginary number, that is 5 iota. So I'm entering this complex value into my comp variable and I'll run the statement, and I can see that I can easily enter the complex value into my variable. Okay, now in order to check the class of the comp variable, we will run this class function and we can see that comp variable belongs to the complex data type, right? Now coming to the fifth type of mode, we have logical values. Logical values contains true or false value. So we can also enter the logical values into our variable. So looking into the logical data type, I have taken a variable named as logi, wherein I am entering the logical value that is true. And now in order to check the class of this logi variable, we will run this class function and we can see this logi variable contains the value that is logical in nature. We can see that logical value can also be entered into the variable. Coming to the types of data structures. Number 1. Vectors are the basic data structure that contains values only in one dimension, and also all the elements should be of the same mode. So as already seen these types of modes, you can see that a single vector can contain all the elements either of the integer data type or only of the numeric data type or only of the character data type and so on. So you cannot enter two values from different mode. You can enter only values from the same mode and that too in one dimension into the vector. So these are the basic data structures of R. Number 2, matrices. As you can see in the image, matrices can contain the elements in two dimensions, X and Y. And also all the elements that matrix will contain should be of the same mode or the same data type. So you can enter either all the integer values or all the character values, all the complex values and so on. You cannot enter different data types into a single matrix, right? Now coming to the array data type, as the image suggests, arrays are greater than two-dimensional rectangular object. We have X variable, we have Y variable and we have Z variable. So it is more than two-dimensional rectangular object and it can contain elements of the same data mode or the same data type. Coming to the next data structure, we have data frame. These are the special matrices, two-dimensional containers with rows and columns corresponding to the observation and variables respectively. For example, I can enter variable values into a particular column and all the columns have different data types. Like I can enter employee ID in my first column, employer name and employer salary. So for the employer ID, I can enter all the values under the employer ID, the numeric data type. Now coming to the employer name. So the employer name requires character data type and I have to use character data type to enter the values into my second column. And third column is salary. I can add numeric values under my salary column. Every column should contain the values of the same data type, right? As you can see, the different colors suggest different data modes, but same color suggests same type of data mode to be entered into that particular column. Now next data structure we have is list. So lists are like vectors only. These are one-dimensional, but they do not contain elements of the same mode. That means you can enter different mode of elements into a one-dimensional list. So you can enter here any numeric value and character value or any logical value. You can enter different data modes but in one dimension. Now coming to the factors. Factors are the vectors only, but these are used to classify categorical data. Now what is categorical data? Categorical data is the data that has either limited or fixed number of possible data. For example, I want to enter directions into my factors. So we have 4 directions particularly known as east, west, north and south. These are the fixed or the possible data and this is the limited or the fixed number of possible data that I can enter. So factor can contain only the data that is of the categorical type. This is just the overview of what the data structures are. We are going to study in detail each and every data structure in our coming videos. If you find any issues regarding your RStudio or the practical part or the theoretical part, you can provide us comments in the below comment box. And there is a public notice. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching our video. Stay tuned. Please like, share and subscribe. Do press the bell icon to get the latest updates. And you can also follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter and Instagram. For any queries, you can email us on nur2var@gmail.com. Thank you.